All right, welcome back to Black Diamond Farms. Today, as promised, we're going to do our cow introduction. Kaylee's behind me here. We're going to introduce our cows one by one, say their names. She'll then tell you if they're a girl or a boy, if they've had a calf, who their calf is, if they're going to have a calf later this year. So come along for the ride. I'll show you all the cows here. Show you all 22 of them from our oldest down to our young calves. So come along for the ride. Hope you enjoy what you see today. Okay, so Lily is not exactly Kaylee's best friend by any stretch of the imagination. This is Lily. This is Becky's favorite little cow. Lily's been on the farm for just about 2 years now. She just had her first calf this year, so she's a first calf heifer. She's been pretty good. She can get a little testy with her baby, around her baby, but she's a good calf. We're going to keep on moving on here. We're going to move on down to a couple other ones of ours, and Kaylee will be able to do them because they like her a little better.
This is Bella. She is my mom's calf, and she is pregnant, and she's going to have her calf later on this year.
So the calf walking away there, that's Nina. That'll be Buttercup's baby this year. She's a little on the shy side. We haven't really got her to come around just yet. She'll come around. You can see she's a little bit fuzzier. Her mom's a main Anjou. That's where she gets her fuzziness from. But hope she'll go get her to come around. You see she's got a little itch there.
Hi, this is Kelly. She is Elsa's baby, and she is a very cute calf.
Alright, the little girl you're looking at here is Daisy. This would be Lily's calf from this year. She's a little bit later. She was in May. That's why she's a little bit smaller than the other ones, but she's a cute little feisty little bugger. Got a couple flies on her there that are giving her some heck, but she's a cute little girl.
This is Izzy. She is my first calf, and she's the bottom.
So this is Chloe, or some people know her Doggy Cow or Cocoa Bean. She was another bottle baby that we picked up last year, and as you can see, she is just like a dog. She is quite the little heifer calf. She definitely gives us a run for our money some days, as you can see, but she is a good time. She's a very, very good calf, and as you can see, she may like to lick a little bit. Okay, who you see behind me here? This is Oli. He was our first steer ever born on the farm here. So he'll be our first steer ever born and raised completely on the farm. He was Elsa's first calf for us. And as you can see, she had heifer calf this year. She had a nice bull calf last year.
This is Storm. He is Luna's calf, and he is a steer.
So you see behind me here, this is George. We call him Curious George. He's the only one we have that has horns. We just somehow, for some reason, we have left them on him. He can be kind of a little bit of a curious bugger, as you can see him there just sniffing around. We bought him, he's a feeder steer, so we bought him this late winter, early spring. So he's just a curious little feller. Everything he does, he just kind of, just like a normal curious little kid. Okay, this is Miss Luna here. She is Storm's mom. Hopefully she will get bred back here this spring, or this summer here, for a spring baby next year. This guy here, he's Bert. We bought him with George and Pongo as a steer, and come to find out he is unfortunately a one-nut wonder. So the vet is going to be coming to take care of that here before too long.
This is Stella. She is my second calf, and she's a heifer, and she's going to get bred this summer. This is Elsa. She is Oli and Tilly's mom.
Okay, this one here, he's Pongo. He came with George and Bert. So he's just a nice looking feeder steer. This girl here, this one, her name's Spotty. As you can see, kind of rightfully fitting on her. She's bred to be calving this September. Some people may remember her from Townville. She was the one that ended up running all over Townville, one of the two. We'll show you the other one here in a second, her sister. But this is the one that kind of stayed a little closer to home when she got out. The other one, of course, roamed all over Townville and the surrounding areas for a day. But she's calmed down a little bit more now.
This is Copper, and he is a feeder steer.
Okay, this little guy here, this is Duke. He's a feeder steer. He's just a little guy, kind of almost like the run of the litter, just taking a little longer to come along. We had bought him, of course. He's got a little weird spot on his tail. I probably won't be able to see if he's got almost like a little bald spot the whole way around on the one part of his tail. Just never seemed to grow. So this here is Chomper. He was bought at the same time we got Copper and Duke. He's a nice little Angus feeder steer. Not as much of a runt as Duke was. But he's a cute little fellow. Looks like he stuck his head in the wrong place at the wrong time today.
This is Teddy, who is a very friendly steer.
Last but not least, we have Rosie here. This is the one that most people recognize from Facebook of being lost. She was the one that ran all over Townville with her sister Spotty. As you can see, she's still a little nervous every now and again around people. Thanks for coming along today. As you meet all 22 of our herd, as you can see them back there behind us, just munching away. It's about dinner time for them, so they'll get their ration of grain here in just a little bit. But they're out eating pasture right now. So in this video, you got to meet our daughter Kaylee. Coming up, you'll get to meet Becky, my wife, and just a little bit of our herd. You'll get to see them a lot more coming up in future videos. As you can see, Kaylee and Becky have named them all. That is on them. Ear tagging is the way I go, so I can usually tell you who's who by their ear tag, but Becky and Kaylee, of course, will always get their name right. I will probably call them the wrong name 10 times before I get to the correct name. And it's sad because there's only 22 of them. I can only imagine if we had to name 100. So, but keep coming along. You'll see them in future videos between feeding and everything else. You'll get to see them, and we got some breeding coming up that we'll be doing. We got calving in the fall coming up. So we got a whole slew of things coming up that we'll be doing with the cows here coming up. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.